Welcome back to my channel. I saw Frozen 2 and it's one of those films which, you know, it's a kids film. You can't really pick it apart and give it a sort of dissecting review because it is just a fun kids film. Like, if you start taking it apart and saying I didn't like this, I didn't like this, what even is the point in life if you do that? So instead, I'm going to give you 10 things about Frozen 2 that I noticed when watching it. It's probably going to be 10 things, but it could be less, it could be more. So the first question is, what's the story? So the story here is after the first Frozen, Elsa gets the kingdom, don't she? And then she's ruling the kingdom and she starts hearing this sort of voice talking to her. And she's like, I need to find out what this voice is, it's calling me. These elements like earth, wind, fire, all those elements sort of attack Arendelle, which they take away the fire and the water and everything. And then she's like, well, this voice has clearly got something to do with that. So let's go on a crazy adventure and find out why this voice is calling me. So that's what she does. That's all you need to know. Was it a good movie? Yeah. It was a decent movie. It was pretty, I was gonna say original, but this was taken from the Snow Queen fairy tale, I think, which, I mean, it's loosely based off that. It's different enough from the first one. These questions overlap, so I'm gonna come back into this. Anyway, breakdown. Is it a good movie? Yeah, it's a good movie. Do you need to see the first movie? No. You can go into this and basically all you need to know is Elsa has super ice powers and Anna is her sister, and that's basically it, and she rules the kingdom. That's all you really need to know. Even if you've not seen the first one, there's like an entire section where the snowman Olaf character basically explains what happens in the first film, which is actually pretty funny. What references were there to the first one? There was a few little nods to the first film. There was the Big Summer Blowout.
Big Summer Blowout?
He's in there, he just sort of chills in Arendelle now apparently. Elsa literally says the line, do you want to build a snowman, which is one of the songs in the first film. There's a few other characters like the troll people from the first one, they're in it as well for a few seconds. There's a couple references, but again, if you've not seen the first one, it doesn't really matter. How was the animation? The animation was actually ridiculous. At this point, it's a bit crazy how just realistic and how things just work in animation now. The animation at this point in movies is ridiculous. Was it better than the first film? Simply, no, it wasn't better than the first film. Was it a needed sequel? I've not seen the first Frozen for a little while and I think I've only seen it once. It probably wasn't needed, but I mean, it didn't feel like it was unneeded. That makes no sense. It was still a decent enough story to be made, but they could have easily have just not made it as well at the same time. Is it funny? Yeah, it's actually pretty funny. I'll give it that. Are there any memorable songs? Into the Unknown, that was pretty good. There was even a section, I mean, it was nothing on the first film, like Do I Want to Build a Snowman, Let It Go. Those are absolute bangers. Everybody loves those, everybody knows those. Whereas this film, I can't really say, apart from that Into the Unknown song, that many people will be singing these songs in like maybe a year or so. There was actually a scene pretty much the same as Let It Go when Elsa becomes like the big ice queen. It basically happens in this one as well, where she goes through and sings and she gets a whole like dress and stuff. It was very much the same sort of feel. Almost felt like they tried to recreate it. Will there be a third? There probably will be a third. Considering I think this movie had a budget of like $150 million. Worldwide so far it's made like $750 million, so I mean it's still sold and made a lot of money. Of course they're going to make a third one, it's making money. Finally, should you see this? To be honest, it's probably skippable. Unless you've got a kid or a child and you want to do something with them for the day and you don't really want to talk to them, take them to see this film, they'll probably love it. Unless you're a massive Disney fan, you can probably skip this film as well. Like, it's a decent film. If you want to watch something, you can, but I wouldn't particularly say you absolutely have to see this in the cinema. That's about it anyway. That's my 10 or so, however many things, it's probably not 10 things about Frozen 2. Let me know what you thought about the film in the comments if you've seen it, or why you're not going to see it. Subscribe for more videos about movies.